we are officially back. We got Marco with us. Dango's eating some din-din, as he said. Hellcleave and Retract with us. So we're gonna do a mix of quests, since it is even beat. I was thinking of doing, I mean, boss run eventually, but I want to try one of the other quests. Just specifically for Heaven Striker. We were talking about just before starting the recording whether Scarlet Realm 4 is okay. I would say if you're with people that know the run, it's not too bad, but I do feel like that quest is kinda outside of the RBR. It's better to just do whatever doesn't make you insane. It's my honest answer towards that. And maybe we'll do some new mop-up Operation 3 mixed with normal runs. Yeah, there's a lot of walking in Scarlet Realm, which is why I don't like it. It's like just, like, even though the enemy count is high, it's like deceptively long. Where if you're gonna do like a, you know, fragments of a memory, it's a lot more straightforward. And I used to do that for other kinds of ruin resets, because it also has a deceptively high number of sorcerers, for example. That's how he uses the Psycho Wand. He raises it in the air. Like he's trying to summon lightning to smite him for usage of it. Okay. Certainly special. We have so much Pew Pew Laser here, I don't know how much I'm gonna bother debuffing, to be honest. I'll do it occasionally. If it's Goron Detonator, I will. But for these waves, I don't know if I'm gonna bother. I think they're gonna live long enough for it to matter. So yeah, we'll do a couple of these runs. We'll switch over to some boss runs. And the nice thing is when I do this compared to vanilla, I can actually see everybody's health totals. Whereas if I just had vanilla readers, I actually wouldn't be able to see what their health totals are, because I think I need to emergency heal. 95 Demon Ray Gun, debating Debar. Pretty high end. We'll try to top off the team here. So we're playing with Green ID currently. Green ID, I believe, gets B101s from the zoos. That ID would get the trade-off of, Disco Brayman. Welcome, Kirk. Hope you're doing well. Doing a little PSO bonus stream. Not sure how late the bonus stream will go, so depending on how long you're gonna stay up, Kirk, we might do stuff after the stream. We are already at it for like a good 3 hours. We're hanging in. Yeah, I've officially started break. So I'll probably try to wrap it up closer to 10:30. I don't want to go super late night. Because we're going to be playing tomorrow anyway. Heavenly Body. I don't know if I want that. Oh, I'm out of TP. That's awkward. So yeah, it was just kind of, we had an early start to PSO, so I don't mind wrapping up in a bit, but I feel like at least 3 hours is fair, given that we're at the 4-hour mark already, excluding our break time. Tomorrow we'll squeeze in a little bit, although I'm not sure what the exact start time of tomorrow will be. I originally was going to go see movies with family, but the movie times were changed, so it might be a small delay to the start of PSO. I don't know if we'll start at like 4:30 or whatever. We're still going to do it before Rogue Galaxy, and we will still do Rogue Galaxy on Tuesday, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I did promise them I was going to spend time with them this during vacation. Just unfortunate, because originally there was a nice 11:45 show. Would have worked for everybody, and then we would have had food afterwards, and I would have come back on into the dream, but now it's like 12:40, so it's like off by a whole hour. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes from there. There that I care about. Yeah, it should still be good. Just a bit unfortunate that it was, you know, pre-lunch, lunch afterwards versus, potentially have to get something before and then not sure if they want to do something afterwards. That's where the delay will be, because the movie will finish before the stream time, but they might want something afterwards. So we'll see where it goes. Yeah, Kirk, oh my gosh. I have some stories to tell you. I haven't decided how much of that should be on stream or not, but oh man. There was a very interesting week on my pre-vacation days. It was definitely, quote-unquote, the final straw with me and one of the employees. I'll put it that way. Or not employees, contractors. There is a difference. You'll look forward to it. Oh, it was bad. So I'll end up probably doing a lot of interviews when I come back to work to replace them, like, unironically. Like, listen, I'm all about giving people a chance, but, like, there's a certain point where it becomes more of a charity case, and the person is not up to the task. Like, there's just, unfortunately, you'd prefer that to never happen, but you also have to be realistic about it. Yeah, they definitely got their comeuppance, Kirk, on Friday. It was so bad. It was so bad. Because, I mean, like, after a certain point, it's just kind of an insult to the industry. Like, you can't claim that you have, like, 10 plus years of experience and, like, this is the work output at that point. You know, it's, like, a very different set of expectations for people that are, like, interns or, you know, starting to do stuff. D caliber, oof. So for me, it's just, like, you know, if I have people that have had, like, 2-3 years of experience and they're completely, like, dancing circles around you when it comes to IT, I have to wonder what you were doing those remaining years of experience. It's just, it's not a good sign. But yeah, I can give little snippets. I think it's okay to share on stream. we can have the back and forth conversation. So Kirk, when you hear somebody ask for a design document, what do you think should go in a design document? Let's have a quiz online. What do you think should be included in the design document? We'll start there. We'll work our way forward. It'll be the chat interaction time. Really told me some of it where it's like 1 day's worth of work. They start. Oh yeah, trust me, that happened again last week, and I'm like, I'm done. The designs and requirements of data and visual elements. Tango says, IT in my office scares me. Long story short, I'm not IT and I do the job faster and better than I do. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where, like, you know, they can have X number of years of experience, but it's like a question, is it like, do they have experience in the exact field that you're working in? Are they not taking it seriously? You know, is it something like they're like a quote-unquote like a front-end developer versus back-end, so that therefore the years of experience don't apply, those kinds of things. But oh man, the requirements of data and visual elements. I mean, I would hope, you know, even if you don't come from like an IT background, I would hope as part of the design document, you would look to capture what your expected inputs and outputs are and where you're planning to source them as part of the design. One would kind of hope. It is generally the philosophy of coding. Just a bare minimum. One would hope. Took them 45 minutes to set up a printer. It took me 45 seconds. Oh, I see. That's the thing. I'm good at IT, but not hardware IT. I cannot help you with hardware. I'm like, you're on your own. Listen, I will troubleshoot some of my own things, but I am not going to pretend that I could do what people do at like help desk or security. Sometimes I'll have it. Like I can set up my own servers and stuff like that if I really need to, but it's just different field. One would hope. Yeah, exactly, Kurt. One would hope. So, yeah, needless to say, they presented to me a design document where they couldn't tell me where anything was coming from, nor did they actually provide the outputs of what it was. So when I asked them the logical question of, well, what does it output, they couldn't answer me. It's very embarrassing, I would say, for them. It's just one of those things where it's just like, you should be able to just take it and just understand, you know, the whole point of a design document is to also to perform some level of analysis. One would hope. Therefore, you're looking to understand a little bit about what you're connecting or touching. Printers can be a hassle depending on what the problem is, yeah. It is actually a gift to be good at hardware, as I said before. There's some things I could troubleshoot on my own. Like, I figured out the Discord thing. I didn't have to... I mean, I did ask chat if they happen to know, but, like, I figured out how to get rid of the Discord overlay. You know, there's, like, some software things I could figure out, or, like, Windows is behaving weird, so I'll figure out that I need to go into some, like, tertiary triple sub-menu in order to turn, like, audio enhancements off. Because it's just making it sound weird on stream and stuff like that. Like, I'll figure that out, but some hardware stuff, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a PC builder. I spent 45 minutes not running the program. Oof, yeah, that is pretty bad. It's an easy clear. Some of these out of the way, eat a couple more dye fluids. So yeah, it was pretty bad overall. Gotta rebuff. Hopefully doing the dance. I don't know what I did with retract, rip retract. I can't buff somebody that's not here. There we go. Rick says, I built a PC before, it's fun, but definitely easier to have someone else with the case or the certification. Don't do most stuff earlier. Yeah. It's like, I've subbed out a couple of things. Oh, fixing item reader, that's fair. It's like, I've done it a little bit, but it's like, it's not something I enjoy. It's not something I study. Like, maybe Kirk will appreciate this. Their recommendation for one of the things that they wanted to do changed from let's add a store procedure call to let's remove a store procedure call regarding the same design implementation. How do you not know which one it is? Right, Kirk? How would you not know? I don't understand. They're very, I mean, by nature they're opposites. Like, do you need it or do you not need it? The bug can't exist if the store proc isn't there, apparently. Yeah, it was bad. And I was like, listen, you're like, I didn't outright say it. I put it more politely, but you know, at this point it's been like an ongoing issue with them. They were given a warning last month formally that if they don't go up to expectations, that there will be consequences. That's how it was framed. Serious consequences. So it's just one of those things where like I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to start the interview process. Well, I have to say, ever since working at my job, I just think hate for Outlook. Oh my gosh, I hate Outlook so much. I have to use that at work. I put it in dark mode, and then like 90% of the time, the buttons don't load. So like the file menu names, like you just like file or like message or whatever, none of those load until I click them. So it's just, most of the time it's just a black screen. So thanks, Outlook. You are actually the worst, genuinely. I'm like, I either stare at like the burning rays of the sun bright Outlook, or nothing loads properly. Like, cool. Glad we have that seal of approval / quality. Yeah, let's get a little buff in there. A little debuffing going on. Oh yeah, I don't like Outlook at all. Microsoft needs more QA to say no. It does feel like when I'm in those things that we are the QA testers as the end users. I'm like, man. Yeah, I'm not walking out of there. Nice try though. After this, we'll do the recommended soundtrack. I just figured since the soundtrack was already playing, I might as well just play it out. I think this is Bomberman Hero still. Oh, Dango is now officially ready. Dango Unchained. Get these. There we go. We got Escape Doll in the appreciation. Thank you, game. Let's do a few more of these. Then we might do some boss runs in general. Though I probably will switch to Red ID for the boss runs. That way I can level the Faux New roll. Marco says I'll do one more and go to sleep. Sounds like a plan. Hopefully you get some rest, Marco. Glad the earlier start time enabled you to get some games in. That is definitely the intent of the mixed start times for the bonus streams. Always good to see you. Dangotron has arrived. Yeah, I mean, it was bad. As I said before, like, especially, like, imagine that being, like, your only real task for the week, and you can't answer these questions. Like, how do you physically pass that much time and just not have answers for stuff like that? It's wild to me. It's like, cool, glad you spent all day not having anything close to resembling a design document, nor can you tell me in any level of analysis or depth what the solution should be for an issue. Yeah, just to be clear, like they were given extra time on purpose. This was kind of like the final test. Just to be very clear. Nor was it like a trick or setup. Like it was like in the most optimal conditions possible with so much extra time and clarity on it. Would this person be able to perform the task? And the answer was still no. So I'm like, well, GG, I guess. It's unfortunate. I mean, like anybody in IT can tell you, it is very rare that you're working on just one thing at any given day. Tango says, remind me engineering 4 class in high school. There were only 4 of us and one guy did nothing, so he didn't do anything. Teacher didn't care. Rough. But it is just kind of one of those things where it's just like, you know, you have to have at least a minimum work output. You want to give people the resources. Like, you don't want to be mean about it. Like, you know, not everybody's gonna know coming into things as like a cold open how things work, but you know, after being around for a few months and you've gotten a lot of knowledge transfers and you've sat with SMEs or the subject matter experts, there just comes to a point where you have to be able to do something. Like, just, and like if you're still not picking it up at that point, it's like, well, back to the drawing board, I guess. I was gonna say, Kirk would love if he just had a week of free time to do that kind of stuff and actually just output. So, it is what it is. Yeah, I was gonna say, right, Kirk? Like, can you imagine? I told them, I said, if I stared at every line of code and I took a solid minute in order to go through it, I still would have been done before 5 days. I would have been done in less than 2 days. So I'm like, I don't know why you're taking so long on these things, but it's driving me wild. It's not what I need from a seasoned developer. And again, it's one thing if they had, like, you know, complex queries or, you know, they were coming back with questions. No. It's like you can only go with as far as you receive. Yeah, my favorite was like the first time I asked them for an analysis document and then a design document. They gave me like screenshots of like partially edited code. And I'm like, what am I even looking at? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, would you do that, Kirk? Would you just submit only screenshots, no text, of like a design document? Isn't that wild? Like, I'm like, why would you think this is what I'm looking for? I'm so lost. Yeah, it's like, it literally was just like 7 screenshots, and of course the code was wrong, which did not help. It was like, this did not help your cause on many levels. It's just like, not only was this not correct, but ... Yeah, it's like, they should be like supplemental. So it's like, okay, if you're like going like to like the minutia of like you're looking to move something, and you want to show like a before and after, like that kind of stuff is okay, but like, you have to write something. It's just, you can't just send me 7 screenshots in a Word document and go, yep, that's my design document. Like, what the heck is this? What was the thought process? I submitted my stick figure, what's wrong with it? I mean, it's pretty much what happened. And the thing was, like, unreadable on top of that, too. Like, I was like, man. Certainly something. I think last second college trying to make a design document would have failed. It's funny that you say that, because I said, if you asked me to submit that into our official documents, I would fail you on the submission. I did use that phrase, so I appreciate that you said that, Kirk, because I would fail him. And given that I was, like, looking for some level of professionalism, that's not good. But, like, if this is what you do with extra time, and I get a not well-researched document that is also wrong, kind of brutal. No idea what someone would think that would be acceptable in a professional setting. Exactly. And it's like, it's so sad, because I start getting, like, a laundry list of excuses, and I said, listen, you were working on the least amount of things, you're not being told to look at production, we're not giving you tickets from, like, end users, this was your only task for X number of days, and you've had this sitting in your bucket for, like, 3.5 weeks. So the fact that you still can't answer this after 3.5 weeks means I'm done, right? Like, I can't work with it at that point. It's like, listen, if you want me to solve everything, I don't need you. Google searches coding. I feel like you would genuinely, unironically, have been faster to have just Google or ChatGPT. I would have gotten a more accurate response for a system-specific issue. And it's like, even though we've gotten some absolute AI nonsense, it still probably would have been closer than what I received. Like, if it was like ChatGPT helped me create a design document, genuinely would have been better than what was produced there. Kind of sad. So, I don't know. I know, even Blue Dawn is confused. Even Blue Dawn knows that's not how you do design documents. I'm just like, where's the design part? Megatron equals wild, yes, exactly. So yeah, I don't want to go into like system-specific stuff, since there's a lot of like do not disclose, but I think it's general enough that it doesn't give you any insight as to what kind of stuff is about. It's just general IT stuff. It's definitely very disappointing when people fail that. There are a lot of people applying for similar positions. Like, to give you an idea, we had a posting for our workplace, and there were 90 plus candidates at one of the positions. So it's like, listen, as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of people that are interested that I would much rather have at this point. It's like that's the job competition, right? So I'm like, I think I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Wildness. So yeah, it's like it's one of those things, like, you know, you could there's an appropriate time for charity, and general work professionalism is kind of not one of them. Like, we need a certain level of output. Like, the things we work on are very serious. So if all you do is the equivalency of like twiddle your thumbs, I'm like, I would rather either just literally have no one at all, or have someone that knows what they're doing. But do not mess around with that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, like, you could put it in almost, like, any context that it would be upsetting. Like, imagine if you were, like, hiring, like, a game developer, and that's the kind of stuff that they produce. Like, wild. I don't know. Just, like, those are actual, like, thousands of dollars that could be appropriated to, like, anywhere else. So, I don't know. Super, super disappointing. Took an intro to programming in 2015. Can you apply? I mean, you probably could. There's a lot of positions in my workplace you could still apply for. Problem right now is the job market looks very tough, at least from the interview position. So I don't think I could go as far as to disclose what we're looking for, but it's just one of those things where you gotta cut your losses. As a self-taught web developer, definitely tough market to get into. Yeah. Oh, we're listening to, like, Plastic Bomber, man. What's going on? Did it switch? Is this part of the actual soundtrack? This is, like, literally NES Bomberman. Sounds like a remix, almost. Is the position filled? I mean, there's gonna be an opening soon. I'm gonna put it that way. Pretty much when I come back from vacation, I will have that person fired. I already did all the documentation before I left. You're late still Bomberman hero. Nah, well, it's not it's definitely Bomberman NES for sure. I don't remember Dig Dug theme offhand. Maybe it's similar. I'm not gonna say a total no to that. But this was like the only theme for the stages in NES, and having played that for more than an hour, I can tell you, only that one song for majority of the game. A little rough. Okay, what's like the scanner background? I wonder if it's like a menu. Yeah, this song has been existing forever. I'm sure they have it in like multiple games as like little callbacks, or like in the challenge modes. Oh, hope you're doing well, PSO terms. Hopefully work isn't too crazy. But I can almost guarantee you that most people here are probably more than well qualified to do whatever the person was doing. I can almost guarantee that offhand, given it's most people that end up joining are IT in some regard. They can understand the frustration of trying to deal with that on like a daily basis. Where like, you're gonna fail the probation period of work. It's over. Oof, bought the 95 Demon Ray gun. I almost thought this said Grants level 28, and I was like, oh, did I misread something? And I was like, no. It's good. I'm definitely curious what other people would do in that position. I mean, it's not going to change what's going to happen, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, how would you feel if a coworker was like that, or if somebody working under you was like that? I'm sure. I think a good analogy earlier that Dango gave is like there's the one person in class that's not doing their work. I mean, it's pretty accurate. Like honestly, like you gotta step up a little bit. If it becomes a recurring issue, they gotta go. To be honest, exactly. Like again, like you can assume like if it's like a one-off, like okay, you know, some people they're not gonna shine every minute. You'd like them to, but you know, things go wrong. But you know, if it's like you never see them succeed at any portion of the job, and then you need them to buckle down and be serious, it is what it is. I had an experienced QA person getting outperformed by a brand new one with no experience. Yep. Yeah, if they can pull their own weight, time to get them out of there. Exactly. So it's one of those ones where I was like, you know, I gave feedback because they were asking me, you know, what do I think of the performance? And I'm like, they're not there. I'm willing to try them on things that are not as critical in terms of like deadlines. You know, if you want to go for the extra chances, and they were given that, and that was last week, was a total disaster for them. For me, I was just kind of like, ugh, wow, nothing usable. I think my favorite part of last week was when I started to file out the papers for replacement, because at that point I'm like, I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. I don't believe in this. My favorite was when they were sending me screenshots of things, of like how they were understanding their work, quote unquote. And then I literally replied to them at one point where it was like, I'm aware that this is how this works because I showed this to you 2.5 weeks ago. we had a meeting on this. It's a recorded meeting. I don't know why you're now telling me this is brand new to you. That was not a good sign. Right, Chad? I'm like, I know, I'm the one that shared it. Like, yes. Question mark? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, that's a big oof. I would feel embarrassed if I went to the person that was doing, like, the SME equivalency, or we were in, like, a design meeting in general talking about expectations for end of the month, and then you're telling them that this is well. You're telling them, like, oh, I just found this. And I'm like, yes, this is the whole point of what you're working on. Thank you. I'm glad you got to that about 2.5 weeks after that meeting. Cool. Oh, my Ruger's deep in that menu. That's definitely a big yikes. Well, I guess I'll put away some scape dolls. I'll be picking them up automatically. Did you ever believe this? The computer is Notepad? Oh my gosh. I was gonna say, unironically, we did have a conversation like that. But it was for Notepad++, because you can't get stuff without a license normally. They're like, okay, do we actually have a license for where we were? Like, wow, you have Notepad++? Like, unironically, we had the conversation a couple months ago. Like, wait a minute, we have a license for it? We'll do a couple more of these. Marco could get some rest at some point. That way, I'd say we did a fair attempt at getting some Heaven Strikers, then we'll go into a little bit of Heaven Striker Canon Rouge territory. Here's where we are on the soundtrack. Are we near the end? Oh. We're literally listening to the ending music as I speak. That answers that question, I suppose. So, definitely a big oof. My ultimate summon was one morning, it was called to help. Well, have a good rest, Marco. Thank you again for joining us today. We had a good time. Coworkers turn around, they move desks. Oh no. I think I know where this is going. This is sad. Went to plug in their power source, they plugged it into... Oh no. They plugged it into itself? Oof. That's a big oof. Well, where else are you gonna get the power? It's called a power strip. Started going to Bomberman Hero OSA GG mix. Let's not do that. Listen to Alien Vendetta MIDI. So we have one free slot if anybody wants to hop in, otherwise we'll get started. I'll go get some tri-fluids. By the time I come back, we'll start with whoever we have. Parameter giving the proper shoutouts and titles for the individual songs. Thank you, Parameter. He's... Billy says I'm gonna get called out when I get to there. Oh no. Tango's gonna leave us in suspense. The PSO text box, no! Just to help, the problem literally fixed itself right then and there. Oof. Okay, so it's just the three of us, I guess. We still got a healthy chunk of time for even beat. Might switch over to bosses after this. There's a lot of different people who contributed to songs. Yeah, I imagine so if it's a mix. Kind of even just like, even like official soundtracks like Streets of Rage has so many different contributors. There's not like one composer, there's like a bajillion. Are we talking DLC, normal, title theme, battle theme? Yeah, just unfortunate. So I made sure before I left on Friday, I was like, listen, I'm on vacation. There's no way this person is going to complete it next week based off of what I've seen. So I invited you to the last meeting we're in so you understand where we're looking to go. And whatever you could do, we'll talk about it when I come back on vacation, or from vacation. So that's where I left it. It's definitely unfair. Like, it's unfair because I mean, like, it's just one of those things where, like, if they at least had like the basics down, and I didn't think they were fast enough to complete an issue, then it's whatever. You know, then you can at least take the design and move forward, and somebody else can work on it, etc. But gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Yeah, and we were talking about before where the experienced person puts no experience. The other person only has like 5 years of experience, I think. So less than half the experience and like 5 times the competency. Hopefully we'll jump in the next one. Nice, nice. We'll do one more of this then. Then we'll go to, I think, boss clears. Probably red ID clears on boss, unless chat wanted to run episode 4 boss with a different ID. I'm open, I don't really care. But if no decision is made, that is what I will default to. I think that's a fair enough statement for the chat. That way I can make a decision, but I'm willing to be flexible. Also, I got bodied because I thought it was resting. I did not rest in time. I got slapped. That's okay, that's why we get skip dolls in this quest. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Kirk, did you have any shows you wanted to potentially watch in the future? I don't usually talk about shows too often on PSO. But given that it's just this quest, if we're not doing like new content, we can talk about whatever. We already vented partially about the week of nightmares with that person. There's a lot more to that, but I don't want to go to it on stream. But I think they gave the general gist. Like, I think I kept it fairly interactive, I would say, at that point. That lone satellite lizard not dying, so sad. say, Retract's character getting tons of experience. You have to let us know if you're making another character Retract, or if you're like, nah, I'm at 200, no more new characters. Definitely before the event ends, at some point we'll have to do the, we'll have to do a cookie run while the Easter event is up, because why not? Easter cookies, Christmas cookies, everything but Halloween cookies. Definitely more characters, nice. I was gonna say, you're gonna take somebody from like 80 to 200 just with box runs. There are 30 music artists for 38 songs. Well, that's a lot. Already have 194 on Red FO, had my purple Romarl on Red Hucasil. To go to. Nice, nice. Side fluids here. Yeah, actually, also, something that I'm kind of thinking about is what game we're gonna do after we're done with Rogue Galaxy, right? Because we're gonna be doing, like, Euden Chronicles. We're potentially gonna do that in place of Gujian 3. So we'll do the spin-off game into Chronicles, for example, but that still leaves a lot of days open. I guess the question is, did we want another RPG series, or did we want more kind of one-offs? Because I usually reserve the one-offs for weekend stuff. I like to do series in the main weekdays. Because Chris was mentioning since we have a theme of revenge on games that gave me an issue. I said I wouldn't go back and play Castlevania 64, but I was thinking, would I ever go back and play Shadow Hearts? New World? Would I dare touch that game again? Card games? I don't mind doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Listen, I would do 5Ds on stream at some point. I wouldn't do like the ones most people normally play, but I'd probably do that. Yeah, so if you want, I can wait for Euden Chronicles to be weekdays. And then weekends can just be card games or something. Or vice versa. Whatever chat really wants to see. Our audience is mostly the same on both days. Oh, that's not the card games. I mean, I guess at some point, I could put it in a poll. What we're talking about card games if you want to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus PSO card games. There is a server for that. You have 2 roguelikes I could recommend if you're interested. Maybe. Yeah, music-wise, I'm gonna be honest with you, the past like 3 months it's only been Yakuza. It's like, what have you listened to? And I'm like, it's only been Yakuza. I was talking with family, they're like, do you like this rock or do you like this metal? I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm only listening to Yakuza. I'm just like, I don't care about 80s rock or 60s or 70s. Listen, it's only Yakuza. You don't understand. And when it's not Yakuza, it's Judgment. Just like, I'm like, sometimes I'll go to Streets of Rage 4 soundtrack. Yeah, I'm like, nah, I want to get something. It's like I'm looking more for something that's kind of like somewhere, if you're drawing a line between 2 films, it'd be like something between like The Matrix and John Wick, right? That's kind of stuff I've been listening to. I would say Yakuza kind of mixes guitar in to mix things up a little bit, so it's like techno but with guitar. I don't hear a lot of that, so I don't even like know where to begin for looking for songs like that. Korean music is kind of nice. It's nice to mix things up there. For these yaois, of course. Being a card game sponsor train. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember sharing Monster Train 2, because Kirk shared with me the original one. I'm like, yeah, Kirk needs to know. I got a trailer for it at one point, and I wasn't even following it. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a Kirk out of 10 game. But yeah, I don't mind doing more kind of one-offs. I don't know if we'll eventually get revenge on Hades. I feel like as part of the revenge arc, we will try to play until we get Patroclus unlocked. And then declare the game done, and I don't care about the other achievements. Be like, mission accomplished. Will I actually max every keepsake before Patroclus finally finishes conversation with me? Oh no, wall of text. I will look at it in 1 second. So the two big recommendations I give are S-tier 6-sided oracles, dice building, or Grifflands, deck builder. One that you might enjoy is Peglin, which is combat pachinko. Oh, that sounds horrendous. I'm like morbidly curious. The never Patroclus run, it's never happening. It's in chat. He just refuses to talk to me. I don't know why. I'm like half convinced his conversation is broken, but I'm actually also convinced that there is a quest line somewhere locking one of the two people needed to advance the plot, and it just hasn't triggered the other half of the conversation yet for some reason. But it is wild to me that I put in like 150 hours in Hades, and I still cannot get that conversation. Blows my mind. I have Peglin on my wish list, don't know if I'll buy. Oh, I'm getting bullied. How can I heal people if I'm being bullied? No! No, I almost healed Dango one time I tried. I got interrupted by the timer. That was so rude. I did try, though. There was an honest attempt to not have Dango die. Just the 60 seconds was like, no. I know. I broke the faith. It's over. I even ran towards him and everything. It was just over. I need to get a... Unironically, maybe I need to get a Rest Emerge just to heal Dango from further away. Ouch. I think it's very enjoyable. I feel you get tilted by pseudo-random feel of the physics in the game that happen eventually get a feel of the, make the builds the randomness. Doesn't matter. It'd be frustrating if you're on the wire with it. I mean, it's kind of like... The best way to put it is... I would say... If the game is like the start of Hades, I will not like it. If it is like the mid to late game of Hades, I will probably like it. So it depends on how long it takes to get into what we'll consider the midpoint of like the Hades style gameplay. Right? Where I felt like my options were very limited. It wasn't really clear how things unlocked. Things didn't unlock for me to the point I needed to unlock them. And then it purposely hit a lot of options that make the run way easier. I didn't like that. I will still say to this day, I did not like the first like 20 hours of Hades. Like the first 6 or 7 runs, I was not feeling the game, but I know people were like saying they really liked it. So I eventually got past that point, and I was like, you know what? By our 6th run, we almost killed Hades. So, you know, in 3 or 4 more runs, I did actually beat Hades. And then the game got a lot better after that. So it's just kind of like, how long does it take to get out of the struggle period? Is the best way to frame it. Rick says, I enjoyed it a lot. Technically bought it twice between Steam and mobile devices. Peglin has unlocks, so Slayless Spire has unlocks. Darkest Dungeon is okay. I think the problem with that is that it's easy to just end up making no progress, and I don't like how that felt. So, like, I'll play, like, multiple dungeons in a row, and it'll be a completely free run, where I literally don't lose anybody, barely any injuries are taken, and they get shut down hard. Because there's, like, certain party comps where you could completely negate the dungeon. But then, like, all it takes is, like, one insanity event, or something to happen when they come back from town, and then it feels like I'm kind of doing arbitrary grinding with characters. Where it's like, oh, remember that character you just used to beat like 3 dungeons in a row? Well, they're useless, even though you actually never had them drop at all in combat. And some random bad thing has happened and they're just gone for like the next 3 dungeons. And I'm like, but I don't really want to play with new people for the next 3 dungeons. So for me, it was just kind of a, So I don't think I've ever beaten it. I've made it all the way to the end. It's just like, but I'm like, oh, cool. My other party is now also completely burned out. So do I really just want to mess around for another 40 minutes doing dungeons I don't want to do just to see the final dungeon? Because I'm not bringing a brand new team in first time. Like, pass. I like the concept of it, though. I didn't like how that felt in the long term. Kirk says, I think the big part of the issue is Hades has a strong narrative structure, which is sort of failure baked in, which technically punishes good players. I feel that is a problem for good players. Yeah, I felt super punished by that. Like, when I was, like, literally going to beat Hades, and I was like, man, I needed to just do, like, 1,000 more damage, and he would have died. I was within, like, 7 attacks of actually just ending the run. And it was like, man, if only I had some way to do more damage. And you could go back. I promise you I had this conversation. I was like, man, I was so close to killing him. If only I was a little stronger. And literally, the next run, I unlocked the ability to do the calls. And I'm like, really? Really? Now you give me the calls? If I had this at all, the game would have been over? Like, man... That felt bad. That felt real bad. Like, you can even go back and watch. I know that happened for a fact, because I got very tilted when I saw that. I got really tilted. Oh, man. And then I I love that the dialogue in Hades is so far behind where I am. That I love that I literally got the true ending of Hades, and then they're like, so who's that Skelly guy outside? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, are you pranking me? Is this happening to me right now? Like, yes, I know who Skelly is. Why are we having this conversation? What's wrong with you? Greg says, this good game once everything you unlock is unlocked, but I agree the piecemeal way they add things based on failures is not great. Yeah, the way they unlock with Patroclus is garbage. You're all witnesses, chat. Literally beat the Skelly challenge and beat all the keepsake challenges before finishing Patroclus. So bad. Oh man. I really need to move this Ryuker into a more reasonable spot. Alright, let me read what PSO chat was saying, since it's hard to look at 2 chat windows at once. Situational unaware casts are the best. Oof. Really bummer is DD2 dropped the best parts of the game entirely, so it felt unlike the first at all. Oh, I was about to ask if anybody had played the sequel, if it was worth playing, but I guess that answers that question. You were too good, apparently. As I said before, like, if you go rewatch that Hades battle, I got him down to like 5% or something on final phase. I was so sad that I got clipped by something. Like, man. And like, think about it, chat. I think that was before I had the Hermes unlocks. And it's almost entirely a roguelike, so there's no feeling of progress. Also, no attachment to characters since they reset each run. Ooh. We'll do one more of these and we'll switch over to Red ID. Yeah, like, thinking about it this way, chat. I got to Hades without Hermes, I'm pretty sure. I didn't have, like, most of the gods unlocked, because I got Dionysus after... Or not Dionysus, Why am I blanking on her name? The goddess of Harvest. Blanking. I don't know, her name's not coming to me. I didn't have her, like, at least 2 of the other gods at the point that I was at. Maybe a bit sad. Demeter. To think about that for a second, I was like, man, knowledge that is not useful in my everyday life. It was stored in that knowledge bank real deep down. I think that sounds correct. So, like, we were still unlocking things, and that was before... I don't even think that's when I had the ability to flip the mirror, too. Think about it that way, chat. Mirror flipping wasn't for, like, 30 or 40 runs, if I remember correctly. Kind of wild to me, how late in the game that was. Yeah, and I like that I was enjoying just a subset of weapons, and I'm like, I really don't want to unlock more weapons, and I'm like, but then how do I upgrade weapons? It's like, oh, you have to get all the weapons, but I'm like, but I don't want all the weapons. I don't want the bonuses to go to weapons I don't like. Just kind of unfortunate. There's like a lot of little design choices that aren't like game breakers, but they did definitely annoy me when I played that game, especially when it came to the unlock process. Where I'm like, cool, it's on basic sword. Guess I'm not doing anything. Or I put it on spear again. Guess I'm not getting my initial unlocks. I think sword at least got a lot better after a couple of keep save unlocks, don't get me wrong. But Sphere just ended up being kind of disappointing, even by the end. I would just much rather use gun, bow, X-Cal, shield, even to some extent fist. I should probably go back for that power material and HP material. Hell Cleave would be sad if I left them there. We'll do it for Hell Cleave. Oh, Dengo's already 160 with Dengotron. Lots of progress being made. Anyway, back to stacking. So yeah, like good games are not flawless. It's very rare that I'll come to a game where I'm like, it's perfect. It doesn't like... It doesn't mean like it's not worth playing because of those issues. Because I do think Hades ended up being worth playing. Maybe some luck for HP materials. Oh no. I mean, if you wanted Hell Cleave, I'll do whatever trade you want to help you out. I don't really care. I probably still have a bajillion HP materials. I haven't looked recently, but I'm assuming I have at least 4 stacks of 99. These... Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts 2 are my favorite games. Oh, well, that's controversial for me. I would agree they're nowhere near perfect. Oh boy. Final Fantasy X is probably the only one I would consider streaming. I would never consider playing Kingdom Hearts 2 though, to be real with you. It knows what it did. I'm not going back to that game. Nor am I gonna go complete the game either. 1 is still the same way for me. I got further in 1 at least. Go grab this. I'm sorry, Chad. I had to go back for the Eventic. I 100% needed to go grab that. Not completing this quest without it. Just like how Kingdom Hearts, how jank the story was. Oh yeah, this is actual nonsense. I think my issue with it is I went to play it and then I was like, oh. I'm like, wow, this really is just a giant fanfic game. I just lost all interest. Like, oh. I'm not the target audience for it, but I'm glad people liked it. Mechanically, you like the games? I thought the mechanics were terrible in Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 1 in particular was, oof, comparatively. Kingdom Hearts 2 was closer, but unfortunately it's like... A lot of it is like, press the action button to use the context-sensitive win button. It's like every encounter in that game. Don't tell me otherwise. Like, I did like 9 bosses and almost all of them were beat with just melee attack into context button for win. Yeah. They're like, oh, you gotta play to the 1000 Heartless scene, and I'm like, it was literally just the context button. We're playing Kingdom Hearts, so Struggle is apparently a very convoluted story. Oh yeah, it's nonsense. If you just say random things like heart, shadow, and try to sound very deep, you'll have the plot of Kingdom Hearts. And also there's like nobodies, and then there's things that are like heartless versions of characters, and then there's like clones, and then like 13 different characters of the antagonist. They're all just different versions of the same character. It's close enough. You got it. So just say darkness, heart. 80% of the dialogue. You need the key. He's another good one. If you played like a game where you had to do something whenever those words are said, you would die. you would outright die. Like, just don't do it. It's just something else. remember playing, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was like, oh, they made the Final Fantasy X-2 protagonist weird fairy creatures that fly around. Like, this is a really weird choice. I don't know what's going on anymore. Something about Keyblade Wards, yeah. Retract says, even Retract didn't like that. Retract does like Kingdom Hearts. Favorite cutscene in Kingdom Hearts? Posting it for people in chat. Oh no. I don't think I could tell you many things. I played almost all the way to the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I would just realize I could just be playing anything else. And I just stopped. I did like the hard parts of Kingdom Hearts 1 in air quotes. I beat like Maleficent, and I had to sit through what's it called? The Riku fight. So like I got at least a decent of the way through there, and I was in like the world revisits. But Kingdom Hearts 2, I was like, man, I don't care. Just like, it already started me midway through a story, and I'm like, oh, I don't really understand the context for this, and like, okay. Then I went to Mulan, and I game overed while at full health because my morale gauge failed because I couldn't find an enemy that was spawned in some random tent. I just had to walk around the map and hope I found them in the time limit. Like, those were some choices. Those are choices I experienced. I'm like, meanwhile, going flawless victory in Kingdom Hearts 2 bosses, but then it's like, you die to Mulan's, can't find the enemy syndrome. It's like, okay. Don't like gimmick fights, chat, if it wasn't clear. Oh, man. Something else. So I see people play randomizers every now and then, and I feel like that's probably the best way to enjoy the game. Just don't try to think about it from a plot standpoint. Just let all the randomness happen. Yeah. Yeah, they made the combat a lot more fluid in the second game, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just go back to Sengoku Basara and be real with you. I'm like, give me Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams all day, any day. I'll go back to that game anytime you want, chat. Just, if you want me to play it this year or next year, I'll line it up. The game gives genuine joy. Kirk got to experience a little bit of it long distance. One day we'll get Kirk in the local co-op for it. And he's like, wow, pairing's so much easier now. It's like it was meant to be played this way and not across the internet. So yeah. I think 10 I would play. 1 I was already thinking of doing April Fools, but unfortunately work was just absolutely insane. But I was thinking of doing a Titus Laugh % run. The only goal of the run is to get to the Titus Laugh cutscene. It is what it sounds like. No other decisions in the story matter. Just, we're going straight there. That's all you need. Yeah, there we go. The ha-ha-ha's are in chat. Yeah, that was another game that had extraordinarily questionable decisions. I'll be honest with you. Did anybody actually try, and did anybody actually complete in this order the dodge lightning 100 times challenge? Be honest. I did it a couple times just to see how long the lightning challenge was, and I went, hell no. I'm waiting how long between lightning strikes? Don't think so. Spawn the Thunder Plains that takes out the RNG. Oh, yeah. Like, no way. I'm like, Lulu will go wanting chat for that weapon upgrade. She's not getting anything. And then like the North American US version with Riku was actually just hilariously broken with quick hit. Only game I've done a platinum trophy. Ooh. Dedication in the wrong place is what I'll say, but I hope you had fun with it at least. I did some of the minigame stuff. Like I went to like Omega Ruins. I did like the Cactar thing for Riku. I completed Blitzball. Mostly because I really broke Blitzball. So I don't think I played it the way the game wanted me to play it. So when people are talking about like Blitzball takes forever, I think I was only like 2.5 hours total in Blitzball, maybe 3, and I got everything. It actually was not that long. I did it in one sitting. But I will tell you at least an hour and a half was the Sade Arok exhibition match, and me abusing the fact that if there's a tie score, it just goes right back to the same match until somebody scores. I definitely was there for a good hour. That's where the grind was. So that game got broken wide open. So by the time I went to do the actual Blitzball League, I had like near max level characters in the first league available. So Titus just had like a shoot score of like 70 something or something totally busted, and I could just literally shoot the ball from starting position and score every time. It was absolutely broken. Yeah, no, I broke it hard. There was no semblance of fairness in when I played it, so I have no idea what it's normally like. Yeah, they made the mistake of allowing me to pass the ball back and forth in my own goal, and so I just did that for like 4 or 5 session loops. Because normally if you do that in playing the game, like there's a set number of you know, times that you can go back and forth, like you go to halftime, etc., and then you can just swap stuff out briefly, and then you go right back into it and it normally ends. But for that exhibition match, it cannot end until somebody has a point. So I had the most hilarious setup of just passing someone the ball back and forth over and over and over until I had Titus at basically near max and at least another person. I forget if I moved the goalie from... I think I did unironically move the goalie out of the goal. Because all I had to do was take possession early and then just make sure that they never got a chance to do anything. Epo was awful. Oh, is that the name of the goalie? I think there's one that's like a real slow growth. It might have been him, where he just takes forever to become good. Might as well not been a goalie, yeah. But I mean, when he had like 60 catch score, what are they gonna do? They're not getting through that. I was like, tee-hee, you're never doing anything. At one point I would put the controller down, let them try to shoot on the goal, and then as soon as it actually came back to another person, I would just shoot from the back line and win from there. Because the kick score was so insane. As I said before, the game was broken. I broke it horribly. So after that, it was just a speed run. Did you know that people that have played Final Fantasy X, true story, there is actually a, we'll call it a pity goal count, where if you manage to hit a certain number of goals over the opponent, it ends the match early. Did you know that? I found out in that playthrough. I want to say it's like 30. If you're up by 30, the game actually just ends. There is no second session. It tries to mercy rule them. So that also saved a lot of time, I'm not gonna lie. So it was just a little bit unbalanced. A little teeny bit. There's your Final Fantasy X fun facts. Yeah, I 100% hit that while playing. Did it once for fun, yeah. At one point I was scoring every 4 seconds in the session, so I was just up like 40 points. Just like, yeah, it's over. Just oops. It is what it is. HP materials do I have in the bank. I put 99 away on another character. I'm curious how much I'm back up to. Back up to 73 in the share bag. So I'm getting up there. So I know at minimum I have 2 basically completed stacks of HP materials. I could probably get a lot more. I haven't looked on the other characters. I'm assuming every single one of my ult characters in the bank has 99 HPs. So I'm assuming as of right now, I should have 5 full stacks. But I don't know if anybody else is hoarding. Because I feel like I overflow on HP so often in this game that, genuinely speaking, I think I will have random rangers that unironically also have HP materials. Oh, the game is telling me I can't get the reward. So sad. But I want the reward. Also, I forgot to put away the Psycho Wand. My bad. I saw it, and I was like, I menued to that, right? And I'm like, no, I definitely did not menu to that. So I'm gonna put this away. So until I hear otherwise, I'm gonna go host the game as a red ID. We're gonna do boss runs. Get some nice stuff there. Technically do it on green ID as well, but yeah, they actually had the mercy rule. As I said before, I broke that game horribly. Yeah, it's just okay for boss runs. It's like, you have an off chance of Galatine, which isn't terrible, but everything else is just kind of mediocre. Let's switch to red ID. I'll still be a force. Don't worry about that, chat. Or my favorite thing was, here's the fun thing that I did when I was really bored. I didn't bother completing the run. I just wanted to see if it would, like, what would happen if you did it. So the first time, before you go to your first Blitzball tournament, which again, this is why I would be very good at that run for doing the tightest lap percentage, because I actually played the beginning of the game enough to remember it, even after this time. But there's a fight where you are on the ship and you're fighting Sin for the first time, and it likes to spawn tentacles as you're in the battle. And you're like, okay, right? So what does that mean? I have a fun fact with that, chat. Did you know that if you set it up so that Yuna has basically prayer out and you have your 2 characters, or even just 1 character auto attack, you can walk away from the game and that will be like a near infinite fight. And you could leave it running for like literally 10 hours. Yeah, exactly. Sin spawn for AP with turbo. Yeah, it's something else. It is something else. So Retract knows where I'm going. So it is possible to get like 99 spheres, 99 everything from those drops. And you can just go around the entire board right at the beginning of the game. So if you just feel like leaving the game on, you just let it equivalency turbo fire. You can tape a button down, do whatever you want. Go to sleep, wake up, and then when you go to do your playthrough, you don't have to worry about leveling for the entirety of the game. You have won the game. There's nothing else it could do to challenge you. It is over. It was to the point I think I unlocked from just going to sleep and coming back, I think like 53 board movement spaces. And I'm like, okay. Right, chat, this is fair. I'm sure before we've even gotten our first summon, this is totally intended. Like, working as expected. Oh, does this character not actually have a magical piece? Really? Well, that's awkward. I thought I had magical piece on her. Guess my other force has it. Super awkward, chat. I don't have Mega Foe boost. I have like nothing on this character. What happened? Rip. I guess I got a Rifoe. My bad, chat. I guess my orange force has all my episode 4 gear. Oh well, at least I have Psycho Wand. I'm being told here. That's a high hit magical piece. Sadly, I can't pick it up. One of these. There we go. That's a little better. Thank you for the loaning of the magical piece. I have several, but obviously if you have like 12 million forces, there's only so many magical pieces you can have. There we go. Much better. these. I'm gonna check real quick to see if I have a spare Gafoi merge. I might. Gotta put this away first. Oh, soundtrack end. Might have just paused. Yeah, I do have a... That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure it stopped. It likes doing that whenever you have too many videos. There we go. I probably want that mod material, honestly. So while I don't have a Robarda merge, at least Gafoi merge should speed this up pretty significantly. It's one of those things you gotta go back to. People Safer says, that's a hype magical piece to retract drop is. Yeah, he dropped it. Yeah, I think I just kind of assembled mine with whatever. I didn't really bother trying to get like fancy with the hit percentages because I don't do enough runs to get them. Yeah, Gafoi merge plus magical piece equals happy Gafoi camping. It's to the point where it is genuinely worth stopping a run and spending 30 seconds because you'll still save like 2.5 minutes overall by just having the right stacks. It's the difference between Marissa taking like 1,500 damage and 3k, so that way people could just one bullet tap basically everything. 85 is only like PDs. Yeah, but I wouldn't pay... Would you really pay PDs for that? I would never pay PDs for that. That to me is wild. I would never pay for that. It is no benefit other than just showing off. If you're doing box runs, it makes sense, because you're probably going to come across junk from whenever. Exactly. With Retract. See, exactly. So I'm like, if you're doing the box runs, like, yeah, that checks. Makes sense. Have to rebuff the team in a moment. Another 85 in the back. Just no magical heart key. Oh no. I think I have a magical heart piece sitting around. I think I eventually wanted to get the female gear to see if I actually enjoyed the I was gonna call it safety heart. I don't remember the piece of equipment because I never used it before. Chat knows what I mean. If there's enough male characters around it boost ATP, I wanted to try that on a combination of Funeral as well as Fomarl to see if it was worth it. I'm taking a stab at the name. I guess due to the increased number of Rappies, I'm getting way more drops here. Oh, I'm getting bullied. Leave me alone. So yeah, maybe we'll go back to that at some point. Yeah, like, see how many things have just dropped for me? I'm convinced it's Rappies have helped significantly, because Rappies have a guaranteed drop rate. That's kind of nice. I've been runneth over. I deserve it. I say somebody's not getting buffs. There we go. I tried. There we go. Buffs have been reapplied. So aside from that, I don't know. I think like the only quote-unquote hard fight in that entire game is like if you're not power leveling, I feel like it's the mountainside fight before you go fight. I think her name is Unileska. Need to make a quick trade, no worries. Remember that fight being annoying. I remember not enjoying the Kamari fight either, because I did not level that character, let me tell you. That was a big ol' pain. Like, oh boy, it's gonna be something. You know, Leska herself was actually not that bad. It was the fight before that actually really messed me up. And then, like, I learned, like, later on, I'm like, oh, I could have gotten haste stuff right before that, and that would have made that fight so much easier. It's like, man, Haste Bangle OP. So sad. Okay, time to group up in the proper position. So yeah, in this one fight, I've gotten more PDs than like all of the sessions so far. Kinda wild. Do a safety Kafoe. Oh, I got more Hell Cleave HP materials. I will still joke that they're Hell Cleave materials. That's what the H stands for, chat. Yeah, they're the material I am the least likely to use outside of if I'm making a faux new roll, or I'm already a very high level raw cast. Maybe technically the Hue cast I would use them, but I don't know. I'm not in a rush to give them the materials. I could wait all the way to like 190 and probably still not care, because I've already done that with the other character. Plus, doing enough episode 4, you end up getting an okay amount of materials just from the standpoint of trade-ins of the tickets. So I'll get them eventually if I really care. Yeah, see, here's where the big difference is. See that? They're down to like 800, so they're all just like single fireball away from kills. Not too bad. Gonna remember to move forward here, so that way I don't spook the Rappies. Perfect. Big damage difference. Well, welcome, Evil Seaver. Hope you're doing well. I'm happy to play a variety of characters today. Played Humar, played Rockcast, played Hugh Casil, played Faux New World, played Foam. I haven't seen my Fomar in a while. Played some Fomar. Feels good. Eventually, we'll be playing a lot of Hue casts, so I'm not in a rush. They're already a high level, 190. So we'll play them more when the event comes around. Bonk. Yep, just let me know, I guess, chat, if you want to hear some requests for soundtracks and or games in the future. I'm willing to play the PSO card game at some point, out of curiosity. I don't know if it'll be to completion, but I'll at least try it. We're enemies. I think most people here are regulars outside of the PSO streams, so it's only fair. Ask them. I am getting bodied by that Goron. Holy, almost died. Leave me alone. You ever seen Barony? I am aware of it. I think I own it? Maybe? I feel like there's a couple of, I don't know what the term is. I have stuff like Pillars of Eternity. I'm not sure if I specifically have Barony. I need to check. We'll see. I'm not a big fan of rolling dice for success, but if it's for stream, I don't mind trying it briefly. I did see that they were starting to crack down on uploads of Balatro, so that's kind of awkward, because that was going to be one of the ones we were going to do this year. That is just kind of unfortunate. Just remember, chat, that's gambling, but none of the sports games with the prize pack pools in game are gambling. World makes no sense sometimes. Okay, so for a little bit here, I don't need to worry about Kafoe stacking. Just Cycle Wand, actually. Gave some TP. The box does not equal gambling because gambling no cards, obviously, yeah. Kinda wild. We're gonna debuff into my stacks. And make sure I have at least 2 fireballs out, that way our damage is full. Perfect. Goodbye, Satellite Lizards. Goodbye, Marissa. So yeah, look how much damage that is. 330 to... or 322, I mean. So good. Buff debuff, so I don't explode. There we go. What impacts the trade teams doesn't equal gambling. I was gonna say, just remember, all those pachinko unlocks that are in like the NBA games and the football games, E for everybody. But Pokemon Red and Blue, 13 plus guys. It's too intense for children. Oh, I got bonked by Goron Detonator. Oh no, your box running? I'm so sorry. You didn't have to add anything else to the sentence? I apologize now. I'm sorry you've been taught to box run. I'm so sorry. Just, it is there. The Retract laughed as well. There we go. We could definitely blame Retract, I think so. At least you got Dark Meteor fodder. Ooh, interesting point. Get rid of those. Get rid of those. I'm in the right position here. I might be a little too far forward. I'm not sure. Oh no. I think I found the perfect spot again, chat. Damn, I'm good. Right, chat, you know it's the perfect spot if I never need to move. Look at this. Oh, the combo. Oh, I'm not even hit yet? Oh, chat, wait, hold on. Moment of truth. Yeah, never needed to move. One position, one button, let's go. Oh, I got hit finally. Such a shame. Anyway, the next one will also not be able to hit me, which is gonna be funny. Let's debuff before these guys teleport. Yeah, the Goron Detonator is gonna spawn right in front of me and not be able to strike me. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. There's other games we could play in general as well. Oh, got another Hellcleave material. Actually, a lot of Hellcleave materials in this area. Boink. I think Kirk would probably recommend this game. I haven't played Sea of Stars on stream or in general yet. Probably should do that at some point. Oh, everybody's staying back. I'm getting scared. I don't want to be the one to trigger the cutscene. Not sure if you considered Octopath or Bravely Default. Should totally step up Baldur's Gate 3 group. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want to be the one that triggers the cutscene. I played Octopath, and that game was very disappointing to me. I thought I would like it because it's similar to Saga Frontier, but it had enough not working for me that I felt very sad. In particular, going for the true ending upset me very heavily. To the point I just uninstalled the game when I failed the boss battle once. I'm like, I'm not going through those 8 bosses again. I am not going back through there. I haven't played Bravely Default, though. I could try it. Should totally set up a Baldur's Gate 3 group. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't own Baldur's Gate 3. Kirk says, love Sea of Stars, need to get back into it at some point for DLC and getting the rest of the achievements. It's one of the few games I want 100%. ED is a weird one, says Tango. That's why I stopped playing Octopath also. It's one of those ones where it's like, it was so close to being what I wanted, but like, it's just enough wrong with it that it was just really, like, I know Saga Frontiers are jank, but this was like jank in a way that also was not fun. So there were just some things that just felt kind of weirdly tuned. Yeah, that final boss was such a mistake. Why did they design it like that? I mean, like, the true final boss. I don't mean, like, the normal story final boss. I don't remember who that is. They got dumpstered. Who knows? It's like, who knows? I beat all the bonus bosses other than the true final boss. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, the big issue is that, like, there are 8 characters in that game, and only 3 of them had a decent story, and 3 were completely insufferable. Best boss fight ever is still Final Fantasy VI Ghost Train because of suplex. Ooh, please knock me down for the kill. Yes. Oh, but no, I don't have any wiggle hair. No! I think I've been betrayed by the character select. Wait, I don't think I have any wiggle hair. No! How does the fuzz on her head not count as physics? Oh, I got cheated. I'm so disappointed, chat, in this character right now. I'm so disappointed. How does that not have hair physics? I'm so sad. At least Hell Cleave's hair is jiggling on camera. So disappointed right now. Actually criminal that I couldn't do anything despite getting knocked down by laser on purpose. Be right back to Hell Cleave. No worries. Hell Cleave's got to do the trade. Wow, we got 300 XP a second. Wild. Well, I guess the chat needs to level anybody. Getting some crazy XP. I'm gonna set up the next game. Yeah, the big problem with Octopath is that it just felt like there were so many characters I just didn't like. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, can you name more than one story aside from Primrose that actually had an interesting plot that wasn't, like, completely insufferable? Like, the Merchant Girls one was, like, gunshot to head, chat. I'm not sitting through that story again. That was terrible. And, like, I wanted to like the Hunter, but her ability scaled so poorly, and Gladiator was just boring. Scholar guy, I guess, was okay. I don't know if I don't remember enough of the Rogue story to remember if I liked it or hated it. It didn't leave a very strong impression either way. Primrose was kind of kill-billing everybody, so I got into that story. But, like, did I care about the Herbalist story at all? No. So it's just kind of rough sitting through their stuff. It didn't help that it felt like the characters I didn't like had all the OP abilities, especially when they got the second job classes. That did not help. I was like, wow, this merchant actually broke in. The music was top tier. I don't remember the music that much other than the final boss music. Maybe we'll have to listen to the soundtrack again. I remember liking, I think, the battle theme, a boss theme, final boss theme, but I couldn't tell you any other themes. Dango shits me, says Evil Stever. Oh no. Issues, most of the music is copyright, true. We'll give Hell Cleave a couple minutes to make the trade. Oh, Newman makes EN4 A3 easy. Oh, heck yeah, it does. Rizan, or Gazan, yeah, depending on where you're at. just chain it over and over. You can even open the boxes through walls, as we found out from last year. I like doing the waterfall box check while in a completely different room. That makes sense. They tried to make the character story shallow so the gameplay itself would be the hook for people. Yeah, that's a good point about it. And I feel like before, because it wanted you to do all these complex combat things, that when you did run into like easy encounters, there's no way to like fast forward through it in the first game. So it just felt like it dragged when I was revisiting certain areas. Like, I'm going to the bonus boss, but like I'm clearly over leveled for this area, and I'm like, oh, do I really have to sit through all these animations again? So I know for me that was like really grating as I went through. Hired help was definitely busted. That was one of the things I was talking about, where I felt like, genuinely speaking, it was on a character I absolutely loathed, and I was like, do I really have to play with this character because their ability is broken? Yeah, I know they're kind of harkening back to like the classic RPG where you use your whole party to battle people, but I was like, I kind of wish it was just they were the reserve party rather than I had to beat the game with them, because I was kind of forced to play with them in a way I didn't need to play with them at all up to that point in the game, because that wasn't really a thing. Like, I know Final Fantasy VI did something similar, but there were still dungeons that forced you to do it. So it's like, it's not like it's a surprise if that comes in later in the game. Do you know what I mean? Where this game, I went literally the entire game, and then you go to the bonus boss, and it's like, oh, you need to make sure your 8 people are actually able to work as functional teams. And I'm like, I have never bothered using half of these classes because clearly 2 characters are completely OP, and I required like no strategy or effort to win. And then it was like, when I got to the 3rd team, I just lost instantly because I just didn't have enough tankiness. I couldn't survive a basic hit because they were just, I guess, maybe under-leveled, and or I had the wrong classes, and I'm like, cool. Guess I'm quitting. And I just uninstalled. I never went back to the game. Nor would I want to, because it was like 8 bosses to go through, and then I went through 2 entire phases just to die at the end. Like, no thanks. Hey, Retract. Congrats on hitting 200, I guess. That's because split party mechanics, they made me a pack rat. Yeah. Just, I don't know. I feel like there were a lot of mistakes made in that game. It was like, I could see like the semblance of what would have been fun, but it just didn't hit it for me. Yeah, what they said, easy box run, easy XP. Yeah. It used to be more crazy with Anguish 10. Because I remember showcasing that a couple times on stream. Evil Seaver has, have I ever played any of the Tales games? Absolutely, Evil Seaver. Maybe we should go back to Tales. Unironically, I haven't played a Tales game in a while. I don't know if I can sit through Symphonia though. I might need like moral support, or we full on rip that whole game. You know what I'm saying, Symphonia? I'm like, I need moral support if I'm gonna get through that game. I understand why people like it, but I think it is honestly one of the weakest entries. It's a little hard for me to get through. It has like a couple scenes I really like. Like, I think genuinely the teacup scene, like, is it hot, is it cold, was like actually a good scene. But like, other than that, I don't know. That's a tough ask. And the fact that it's a sequel to Fantasia, or it's like in the same universe as Fantasia, also means it has all the same problems Fantasia had. Yeah. Like that scene is like actually worth watching. I think that was like one of the few times where I was like, oh, I want to see this cutscene. And then like 80% of the game is, oops, I tripped and fell. And I'm like, I really don't like Colette. Please. Please let something terrible happen to this character, I beg of you. Please remove this character from my party. And then I beg for that, and then the game is like, we're gonna teach you a move called self-sacrifice. And then she dies in battle, literally. And I'm like, you can't make this up. True facts. I'm still salty about the title system in that game. I will forever be salty. I will never not be salty about it. I was gonna say, Kirk knows Brittany. Brittany is my witness. She was there when I got the 110 hit combo on the first boss of the game, and it just gave me the 10 hit title. It did not give me all the other titles. I was very upset. Game ruined right at the beginning. But just like, really? We didn't check to see if you qualify for more than one? Are you serious? And it's not like you could then go to another battle and then unlock that, which I also would have been okay with, by the way. But man. Evil Seaver is certainly one of the characters of all time. Don't remember that in particular, to be honest. I got pretty far in that game. I just felt like I tuned out the game after a certain point. I got into second disc on GameCube. I needed to collect some seed in order to proceed, and I'd done all the elemental temples except for maybe one. And then I'm like, I can't go any further. I just can't. Oh, I thought you meant your Twitch name. Oh yeah, Colette. Colette is the angel. I was looking, wow, double photon drop. Don't see that every day. No. Colette, I know. That makes sense. I thought Evil Seaver was also a reference to Symphonia, and I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't remember. I'll put a question mark there. Yeah. I don't know. Can you imagine if instead of the tutorial tracker, I had the Dwarven Vow tracker for every single time they mentioned a Dwarven Vow in my playthrough? What do you think it would get up to? Do you think it would be like 100, 200? They mentioned it a lot. That also made the game very grating, I'm not gonna lie. It was like kind of cute at first, but man, after like legit 50 win quotes in a row, I'm like, ooh. I'm feeling it in the soul, chat. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. There we go. Nice and easy. I kind of have very mixed opinions on Graces. If chat has not played Graces before, I definitely want to see chat's reaction to Graces. That game is one of those ones where I like the combat, but oh my gosh, the protagonists are genuinely the worst. Like, I'm ragging on, like, Symphonia, but oh my gosh, the protagonists and Graces are a thing. They're definitely a group of characters of all time. If you're counting win quotes, yeah, I would count win quotes, because they love repeating them. It's certainly something. So we're gonna do it. Whatever the Dwarven Vow number is, we're just gonna do it. So eventually, I did want to play Graces, because they did come out with a remake of it, sort of recently. I'm like, I'm willing to try this Steam version of it. I did want to play Zestiria. And that game I liked, but is also very flawed. And I feel like that's a good summarization of most Tales games. They have reasons people like them, and I get why people like them. But the way in which they're flawed is different, and some of them I'm able to overlook, and others I am not. I think Berseria probably had the least number of serious flaws, so it will still be one of my favorites. And I always have a soft spot for Destiny. But I don't feel that way about some of the other Tales games, so we'll see. We can also do the Game Boy spin-off Tales games at some point. We'll see. So people would like to see that on a weekday or a weekend. We will resume Tales at some point. I've been waiting forever for them to translate Tales of Destiny. I guess it's technically 2 into the US. I like to check it every month or so to see if they have updates. Because originally they had sites like Icy Fantasia that were handling the translations, and then they got, I'm assuming, sued into oblivion. So they stopped doing their stuff. So it's like, we've already played Destiny, we've played Eternia, we've played Berseria, we've played Zestiria. We have a lot more we can play. There's a bajillion Tales games. We also played, unfortunately, we played Fantasia. Fantasia was still probably my least favorite. That game was actually spiteful. Can we talk about that? The game developers actively did not like you. Like, say what you will about the other Tales games, but no, that game actually genuinely tried to prank you. Needless to say, I did not appreciate it. It's like, between like when you're in the castle and you need to hit the switches and the NPC purposely puts a big delay when they're hitting some of the switches so you mess it up and have to start again. And then they do a tee-hee, you did it wrong. The crab chest. The one where it gives you the fake game over when you're in the dungeon because you die to a trap. They definitely... We got Pazuzu? Really? Why? But why though? Anyway, Pazuzu just died without giving me anything. Get out of here, Pazuzu. Yeah, the crab chest is something else. For those not aware, they basically put a chest that you cannot attain until you go buy a crab. And the problem with getting past the crab is it requires you to walk over, I think, 110 spaces away, and it's semi-RNG movement whether the crab exits or goes back to the chest. Those that don't know what I'm talking about, it is actually spiteful. The game has special dialogue when you interact with the crab. So they knew. It was on purpose. They knew what they did. Disca chances. No Disca. I guess I could stack some Gafoi preemptively. Yeah, if we play Symphonia, chat needs to be my moral support. I don't think I could get through that game on my own. It's not to the point where I think it's so bad it's so good. Like, Zestiria is genuinely, like, so much worse than Symphonia. But I have fun with it because it's so terrible. You know what I mean? Like, it has to go past a threshold. Fantasia is just bad for me. I don't find it, like, a bad enjoyable. It's just bad. But, oh man, Zestiria. That game will always be special to me, chat. It will never not be funny that they spent like 30 minutes talking about how they're gonna investigate the Pope and they killed the Pope. Like that's not investigating the Pope. Just genocided him. Okay, cool. Oh, Tails, you don't have to make any sense. Or it's like Tales of Eternia when they're talking about I wasn't able to solve this puzzle for like 15 years. It was like GPS coordinates. It wasn't even a puzzle. I'm like, really? You call yourself a pirate? You don't know what coordinates are? Oh man, this is embarrassing for you. Okay, team is not close enough for me to buff. Somebody will have to. They'll have to come to me at some point if they want the buffs. I can't move from my position. Got another buff. Got another buff. Good luck. Yeah, Symphonia had a lot of mechanics. I would probably need to have to look them up again. Like, I'm not gonna remember, like, the A path, B path. I'm not gonna remember all the gem combos, which ones were actually worth gaining. I'm not gonna remember all that information. That's just... There's so many subsystems in there that are just not very first-time player friendly. I probably won't bother going for any of the title challenges because of how mad I am about the titles in general. I'm not gonna care about getting, like, Gel Lover or whatever the other nonsense ones are. Where, oh, you use the basic wooden sword for most of the game. Like, no. I don't care. I'm not going for them. Once was enough. I never want to repeat it. I don't want any stream credit. Just be like, nah, I'm going to the end. Listen, if I get the no deaths one, that's fair. I could probably do the Gel Hater equivalency. Because I like to not use healing items when I play anyway. Yeah, no internet clout for me. So we'll do probably one more of these, and then we'll do a couple of TTF to wrap up. I don't want to get burned out on PSO, but I feel like we've been going for quite a while. And I'm looking at the timer. We just passed the 6-hour mark total. And these quests are like a good pace. So I don't mind doing like 2 or 3 TTFs. It's not gonna be like a single TTF. We're gonna do a few. Almost everybody wants something from Bulls. So we tried to get some Heaven Strikers. Technically still get Heaven Striker chances here. Back-to-back missiles kind of annoying. I gotta learn the female timing for it. A little better. Oh, I got the butt. Yes, I got it. There we go. Grant's it on the way out just to fix it. At some point, I do genuinely want to play Vesperia. I meant to play it like last year, but as I said before, I've been waiting forever for the translated games to come out. Because I would like to do Tales of Destiny Director's Cut when that gets translated, along with the sequel. So that way I could see what their intended vision is. See if I like the changes to the plot or not. Because I do think there were some interesting scenes that they cut, apparently, in the Director's Cut. Which is weird, because I would have thought the Director's Cut would have been extended versus it actually having less content in some areas. Like, offhand, I know the scene where you basically go on the tour with the Lens employee who turns out to be a villain. All of that was cut to humanize her. So I'm not sure that would have the same impact if you remove the scenes where she does stuff with you. Just thought that was kind of a weird choice. We still have a little bit of even beat left, so we'll try to squeeze out what we can on this last run. Definitely getting ever closer to leveling. Her levels still matter, because I want as much defense as possible. And she's still not technically max MST, despite wearing triple Centurion abilities. Isn't that wild, chat? Still not capped. Not even with that setup. Okay, we went for Cannon Rouge today, Heaven Striker. Not too much in terms of lame to Argent today. We did get a few of the sweep ups before they left the rotation. Yesterday we technically did with the orange ID runs here. Not that they were very likely to succeed. Who knows, if I just get a pity heavenly ability from this, that'll solve one of my other setups on Huka Seal. That'll encourage me to fix your materials, because that way my defense won't be as terrible. Yeah. I will state though, chat, it is an actual crime what they charge for Tales of Berseria. Can we talk about it? How unfair those Steam prices are? Oh, music pause. Did we hit the end of the soundtrack? Oh, it's YouTube stopped. No, we still have more to go. That is a lot of power and HP material. Well, I'm beginning to understand how I geared up my Ducasts. It's becoming a bit more clear to me. Right, chat? I got almost... How many have I picked up so far on the run? I'm up to 9 power material and 11 HP. Like, I've nothing else for helping Hell Cleave, I guess. Never enough HP materials. Yeah, maybe we'll do a Tales game. Ideally, it'll be Tales Director's Cut. They have to actually release the translation to public, and it not be in like forever beta. And I'm not sure how many of the spin-offs I want to try. Like, there's technically like Tales of Hearts, for example. Not as sure about those. People have played them or heard anything about them at all. This time I managed to get the buffs on the team. There we go. But I'm thinking as a one-off, Sea of Stars pretty high on the list. As a series, Tales is always there. If I want to get a revenge game, I'd have to think about if I want to do Shadow Hearts. I did hear the game allegedly got a lot darker and more interesting, but ooh, it was a tough sit through. And coming as a fan of the first two games, it was very hard to sit through that. I'm never gonna forget the fact that they called their evil villain Guy, and then the lady No, they called their evil villain Killer, and they called the female antagonist Lady. So together they are Lady Killer. I was very disappointed on many levels. Like, we're doing this. And then, like, weird revisionist history with Al Capone. That was weird. That's a thing in that game for some reason. Rare Dorphon, what? What is going on? We're getting all the rare enemies tonight. Ooh, Crimson Code did drop for me. I don't mind one of those. I got enough for new rules. What do I get rid of? Oh, some mono grinders. Huh? Did I not drop them? Oh, I dropped only. I don't think there's anything else I could get rid of. Unless I get rid of stars, which, to be fair, I guess I technically don't need them. That's a lot of money to throw away if I don't actually need them. Grinders I could pick up whenever. Material drop, nice. Stack of foil for the next wave. Right, damage the Buddhas, do some good damage there. Put my mono grinders. That's why usually at the end of the session with them I put them away so I don't have to discard them like that, but it is what it is sometimes. I'm actually not sure if I had another Crimson Code for my other photo roll. I feel like the answer is actually no. So I actually think I did need that. Not that I have many photo rolls. They rolled decent. It was like 8 out of whatever defense and 10 out of whatever. It's not like it's all zeros. Probably slot it up later. Ouch. I'll eat more dye fluids in case another rare drops, so that way I can get rid of it more easily. In my defense, I did Gafoe. First splat. Pick up the die grinder. You know what, actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna drop my die fluids now so I can pick up mono grinders again. Because losing 3 die fluids doesn't matter in the long run, but getting a grinder back would be useful. Rip the other grinders though, I'm not going back for those. Okay, I will buff the wild Dango. There we go. Yeah, got a nice range of characters leveled. Be happy with that. I'll probably bring this character into TTF just to make it easier. That way team can bring in whoever they want for levels. Just because I want Red ID very badly on TTF. I'll do anything for Red ID, chat. You've no idea. But so far nobody in the group has gotten a Cannon Rouge or a Heaven Striker. A little bit sad. We did try. trying to think of other shows to potentially watch with Kirk at some point. We like to do stuff off stream. I'm up to the Kirk's favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter. Thinking of you and Ping the other day. I'm like, oh boy. Get rid of these. See, there we go. Otherwise, I don't know. There's not too much Justice Time McNamara and I still love that they tried to humanize them at the end. I love that Man is the monster. Then I go back and watch the beginning of it. It's like, oh, remember when they ate the children? Yeah. Ah, yes, I'm very sympathetic towards the children eaters. Oh, Hunter x Hunter, you're something else. I don't know. I don't think there's too much show-wise. I'll probably watch more Sakamoto Days with Chris. That seems very much like a Chris show. It's like maybe just like a touch too violent for him in terms of like normal enjoyment, but we'll see. I kind of view it as just like more of the action scenes from something like Spy Family, but it gives a lot of Spy Family vibes. Did like that show quite a lot. Also been enjoying Pantheon. I'm not aware of what that is. Checking into that later. Also, I forgot to go back for the Rappies. Oops, my bad. I saw everybody else left after me, and I'm like, oops, I should have gone back if I saw people back. Oh well. Yeah, definitely open for more game choices. So if you want to talk off stream, Kurt, we can talk about the roguelikes or whatever. Technically, I have a few on my wish list, but at least now I think I have a better idea of what to do. It sounds like there's a decent overlap between PSO fans and Tales. So we'll try it. I genuinely hope the Tales games are good, but some of them you just gotta switch gears. Gotta cut the loss. Like Tales of Destiny 2, or Eternia technically, excuse me. One of those ones where I wanted to like it, but man, those characters were super special. Or like the Genso Suikoden game, where we like the Suikoden games, but you gotta acknowledge some of them are a little special. You know, sometimes people are, you know, wielding super weapons, and others are discussing what bathtubs are. You know, there's just certain games where you just have a little bit of trouble believing the universe. Rex says absolutely can provide more detailed showcase to just on providing an idea of one of those. Yeah, probably at some point. So just remember, for as hard as we might go on the Tales series, never forget the Suikoden. Never forget the Suikoden bashing. And I like Suikoden, but that PSP game was a test of patience. Darn those bathtubs, chat. At least we got Blue Dawn out of it. Like, we were making fun of how stilted and how, like, quotable the protagonist is. Oh no, he's on his way? Damn, Blue Dawn, I heard trash talking. He's in. That you could literally just replace him with the robot. That all he did was just ask or repeat whatever the last thing was said to him, or lots of pause. It's so true, though. Thank you, Blue Donna, for giving us that. By being the worst, you became one of the better things. This little heal for everybody. Also, the plus side of Phonu World, I can just keep everybody topped off every now and then. Kind of check health bars at the top and go, yeah, should probably heal them. But usually gellin's good enough. Like, when they're gelling like this, there's nothing they can do. Oh, he could actually strike me from there? That's unlucky. Oh, sometimes when you're in their character box, they don't strike you. Just like maybe a quarter of a step too far. Unfortunate. Such is life, I suppose. We apply buffs. Very gradually move forward. Damn, no rare bosses so far. So I think that's now at least 9 or 10 boss fights between all the streams. We haven't seen a Condrio. It's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, there we go. I hit the red one. You guys have an eternity to kill that. It took me 32 saints to get my first country. You get to see my second. I'm so sorry. Usually we get them roughly every 10 to 12. But we're like almost in line with statistics most of the time. And definitely during rare enemy, we see them usually within 6 to 8. So we do see that statistically. Got a 15-hit Heaven Striker. Nice, nice. Ooh, that almost killed me. That was scary. Wait, what? Wait, did I dodge that missile? Wait, how did that not hit me? Nice, I got the heal bug. Thank you, buffered healing. You're the best. I guess it's not a bug. I don't know what I would consider that. It's technically working as intended. It's just it is what it is, I guess. I'll read what Retracted has to say in a moment. Oh, slightly too early. Man, this boss is just a repeated loop combo. Can you knock it off, please? There we go, I got it there. So you can see, like, even though I took damage, I'm at full health. That saves a lot of time. I did not mean to rebar it there, actually. Too early. Nice. Damn, I'm just getting smacked by missiles left and right. Leave me alone, boss. Track says, meanwhile, I got 10 more during rare enemy week, no rare drop. Rare drop rate luck from rare enemies is awful. Took me within 20 tours to get my own frozen shooter. Don't worry, I was like that with LNK, and I honestly lost track of how many it took to get my first LNK from Pazuzu. It was bad, though. It was definitely more than 40. It was super bad. Oh, 45 hit caliber, no special. Boo. Bad drop. Would have been amazing. It even had dark on it already, too. Damn, it could have been so good. Can you imagine if that was just like a 65? Oh. Have any special at all? Would have been amazing. 75 hit with 30 dark, already preloaded. Could have been better. Got LNK 30 hit from Delore with 30 hit. I haven't gotten too many with hit. Most of mine, I think, have come from Worm Boss. There's a lot of PDs I'm putting away. I'm gonna put some grinders away, just in case I cap out, just to say that I can have them. I will give back the magical piece, because I don't need it for the run. My 3 seals on. That way I should have more slots. The red saber for the boss. So like I could upgrade to the 40% hit one, but it's a very minute one. I'm more likely to get the 40% to the other horse, just so that if I feel like doing it, I do it. Otherwise, 35% is probably good enough. I don't think there's a big enough difference between 35 and 40 for me to care. I could be wrong. Okay, so let's do like 3 TTFs, then we'll call it. Goal was to not go super late night here. Put us around 7 hours of PSO. It's not bad. Yeah, unfortunately I would have done like another late night one on Wednesday, but I don't know what time I'm gonna come back from the funeral. It doesn't start until 7, I think. I gotta double check at the time. So either A, won't be in the mood, or B, I'll be back so late it won't matter. So nothing crazy Wednesday. I might do like a brief early morning stream for people in the European time zones. But we'll see. I don't expect a lot of people there, so it might be a lot of solo gameplay. But you never know. Actually, you know who I'm surprised I haven't seen much of since we did PSO today? I didn't see Murphy a lot today. Something happened for Murphy, because he seemed very excited to play. Okay, also getting bullied. Talking about getting his SSD drive set up. I know he explicitly requested for me to do like Monday to Wednesday. And I'm like, yep, I am. Talos here. I'm telepiping out of here. Megatron doing the dance. I'll join him in solidarity. I don't know why. Kirk would appreciate it. I'm thinking of Banana Fish again, Kirk. Just every now and then, I'll be thinking about what show should I watch, and it just goes to Banana Fish every now and then. Oh, my bad. I forgot I didn't hit it when we first entered. Let's see. Where does this put me? Oh, up is up, so why does down? I don't know. See, like when I'm in the camera there, it was functioning as intended. But last time I held down and I ended up up, which was weird. Such a nice dream table flip, exactly. I'm gonna avoid the slime on purpose because I can't do anything with the slime. Stick around to clear this room, I think. Give a chance. A couple of stacks of OEL. What? Oh, I drained myself too much. I guess I'll kill him. I keep forgetting that it's like the delay on it. I'm like, oh, I'm good, because I cast a spell, then I forgot there's a delay when you cast. I need to remember that. It's like I'll see my animation on the Gafoi, for example, but it isn't until the wand goes and actually flings the fireball that I take the damage. That's what I'm referring to. Assuming Dango is not going for the giant sword strats on this boss. Either way, he's gonna die to the laser. It's probably... He still died to the laser. Damn, I tried my best to heal him. I really did try. Not my fault. There we go. Lasers juggled him at the end. It was a bit unfortunate. Time, let them punch each other. If it's 60 hit caliber with special, that's actually pretty good. But if it's just 60 hit by itself, sadness. Hopefully it just has any special. Those. Yeah, that was pretty smooth. Oh, 50 with spec. That's unfortunate. Cannabins. Oh, speaking of which, I was just asking where Murphy was. Chat can confirm. I was like, you know what I haven't seen today? Murphy. I don't plan on streaming super late, though. I didn't realize you wanted to do more late night streaming versus earlier stuff. I'll try to accommodate you somewhat, Murphy, because the other streams are going to be early as well tomorrow. He had a sleep debt to pay. Sorry to hear. Yes, Tuesday will be starting closer to 4. But like, there will be like a solid 3 hours or so, 3.5 dedicated to PSO. I wasn't planning on going super late night tonight. I have things I gotta do tomorrow. So we're kind of towards the tail end of the stream at the moment. I will murder these. I wish they would stop interrupting me. Stop it. There we go. By the time they kill the cannabins here, done. It's gonna Ryuk her out. I'm gonna believe in the team to give me a telepipe. And if they need anything from Sinnoh, at least there's the telepipe there. Murphy in for a couple TTFs. Do you happen to have an updated add-on set up in Discord? I only saw the 2023 one. I don't think so. I could probably make one of this, the one that I'm using currently. It's not to everybody's liking. Also, I don't have my the right weapon out. Somebody sunlock for me for a second? Thank you. Okay, good now. Oh, am I gonna do this manually? Oh, hold on. Hold on, chat. Believe in the frame perfect. There we go. Mash it. Mash it like your life depends on it. Let's go. Mash it. No quick menu, chat. Just believe. You're definitely supposed to quick menu that, but listen. If you mash fast enough, it's frame perfect. Mash is real. I never want to do that to my controller again. Just unlock manually. It's fine. You don't need quick menus. Just mash really hard, and then it'll come true. Just gotta believe. That really was like an intense mash. I'm not gonna lie. There's like more than 10 inputs a second. Ah. Oh man. Hopefully Evolve already got the spawn. Very nice of hopefully. Otherwise, post-stream Murphy, I was gonna do stuff with Kirk for a little bit. But I could probably set up a folder and put a 2025 folder out. Although that's gonna have to start including my advanced config and stuff too, potentially. I think people would want to know how I disabled all the camera stuff. Because I definitely disabled a lot of camera stuff, let me be very clear. I got tired of like accidentally scroll wheeling and getting other zooms. That was driving me wild forever. Genuinely upsetting. So I'll start including it going forward. Oh, I killed myself. I need to remember to not mash that. Rip. I'm so sad. That's what I get for looking at chat. I'm on not my HP totals. That is the downside of Cycle 1. When you are tired, it is very easy to kill yourself. So I'm just looking at their health totals, not mine. Okay, we're back. Clear out this room. Okay. Almost got caged. Oh, the cage can hurt you on the outside? I didn't know that. Today I learned. There we go. See people dancing. I'm assuming you don't want me to heal. There we go. Say that's not me. There we go. Guess I'll switch to Glide Divine early. Fine. So yeah, I think I'll do like a very small micro adjustment. I'll make notes when I do the next upload of the add-ons. I'll leave the current one in. But for the new placements, I'm gonna just acknowledge that I'm playing like on a 1600 by 1200, so people want to adjust it, see what it looks like. I forgot to make a little note on. Oh, please. I'm still shocked I'm not getting double hit by the spinners. Normally I just kind of get mauled by them, but like so far they've just been like love tapping. Like, boink, little couple hundred here, couple hundred there. It's supposed to be like 2,000 health and I die instantly in like the 4 broadcast. Absolutely gets purged. Welcome back, Murphy. This works. We're gonna mash the Zalor, I'm gonna mash Resta, and then I'm gonna mash Gafoe in that order. I'm gonna choose not to move my starting location. That's actually the best call. If they want to do whatever they want, they can. There we go. Nice AoE heal right at the end to make sure that they don't need to worry about that. Look at that. Good call. And since I have Glide Divine out, I Zalor at the beginning, and then I just mash Foe, and that's gonna be GG. Let's put the boss in kill range. Stack a couple Gafoi, so when the boss comes down, I can enjoy a nice little cookout. Did the grants do that little damage to me? Really? It didn't even knock me down? Huh. That's kind of funny. I'm like, you would think the character, you would think the faux numeral of all characters would still get knocked out by that, but apparently not. Dumpling too tanky. Built like a dump truck, apparently. Let's see, survey says. I got a vent egged. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's mean. Brutal. More than one event egg? Oh, man. Absolutely brutal. Holy. Holy. The double event egg. That is nasty. I want my scapegoat for later. Now you feel the pain, says the parameter. Max says, I did the item reader and a box to account for uptaking hit when it hit up. Spelled if that interests anyone as well. Maybe retract? I don't remember playing around with that at all. Maybe I'll try it in the future. I thought it did that by default. That's where I'm a little confused, because when I asked for it for 50 hit, it... or maybe I just do 40 hit so it can uptech. How it's set up. Whatever, I'm not gonna think about it too hard. Either way, if it doesn't have at least 40 hit, I don't bother grabbing it. That's how they had to add a couple lines to the Lua files. Interesting. Yeah, I would be potentially interested then. And we can start sharing it. Give it back to people. Yeah, if you got a copy of that and retract, I'm gonna support it, and then I'll try to give proper credit. Make sure that they acknowledge that you made the change, assuming you just made the change by yourself versus those other things. So how does it work with like future updates on the reader, or do I have to like redo it each time? That's the only question I have. Waste some money. I don't need the money. Back to Psycho Wand. 47 light resist is pretty high. So we'll get Murphy in for a couple runs, then we're gonna end it. Oh, it's only a local file. I mean, I guess if you share it, I'll put it in a separate link in the Discord. Yeah, hopefully they take that as a update. I'm not sure if they're using GitHub for their updates or whatever. So if you have your own branch and then you ask to merge, maybe one day they'll take it. Because it would just be an easy checkbox for them, honestly. Not certain it's locked down. A bit unfortunate. Also, I am super close to leveling with this character. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's shockingly easy update. I'm surprised they didn't have been able to already track down simpletons in about 5 minutes with the idea. Nice, nice. Give Murphy a few minutes. I'll pause and restart the music here. Speaking of which, it did actually pause. I was about to say, it felt like it was about long enough for it to pause, and it did indeed pause. See, chat, that's all in the heart. I could feel that it stopped without listening to it. Because I'm like, you know what? I got a couple minutes. Sword. Yeah, we'll probably do another special 2020. I'll do a Easter update, I think, officially in the Discord. I might set something separately to Murphy. The problem is, like, you have to download a lot of extra distributables, so, like, offhand, unless I check the folder again, I don't remember which ones are required. Like, I know you need the Visual C++, right? So you need to do that separately. But, like, on top of that, there's other files that technically can be added or manipulated, so it's like, I gotta make sure to move those out. Like, map items is easy. Advanced config is one, but I don't recall if there's anything else I've modified since then. I'd have to check. We'll spin in circles for a little bit. Yeah, like, I'm willing to extend, like, the Rogue Galaxy start a little bit, but I do want to make sure we're making progress in the game. I don't really want to skip out on Rogue Galaxy. We're at the point where if we time it with the Easter event pretty well, I should basically be done with the game at the end of Easter, aside from if I'm doing the bonus stuff. So just, it works better for schedule reasons if I continue. Check while we wait for him. Let's take a put some materials away. God, body blocked me. What a pro. Okay, let's have a quick look at our Easter breakdown so far. It's hard to tell how many photon drops I picked up because I broke a photon horde earlier. But I want to say overall at least 20. Event egg-wise, we've picked up 31, so it's easier to track event eggs. Photon drops is unknown, because I keep putting random piles in there. I could probably count it going forward. So it's safe to say I've gotten close to 20 in the event. I average about 1 an hour or so, sometimes 2. So between the nearly 19 hours of gameplay, I think it's a safe call. I mean, you saw at one point I got the double photon drop, like back to back. So there's even characters that are just holding one of fun ofs. So if I count all of those, I have a lot of PDs. We'll give Murphy a courtesy minute or so, but I do want to get started. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't decided if I wanted to do any Steam setup. As I said before, I don't like having Steam on when I play. I usually close it. It's just kind of like one of those things where I guess in the future, if I decide to experiment, I'll do it. I almost feel like making a separate account that has nothing to do with my main account so I don't mess up any of the controls. That's where I'm more scared. Because it's very easy to mess up your account controls. As I found out from maybe 2 years ago. I still think that post is up on the Ephinea forums. I definitely deleted my confirm button, so there was no way to confirm or enter games. So that was special. Big oops on that one, chat. Like, GameCube and keyboard did not have a confirm button on the setup. It was something else. But they can fix that if you happen to hit that scenario at least. Let's feed some stars. There we go. Murphy has arrived. we go. No add-ons feels weird. I'm sorry. At least the banner at the top will tell you if you get red ring. I need to remember to... Let me at least buff the people that are near me. There we go. I was gonna say, I need to remember if I do the box check that I need to actually wait to buff people. By the time I realized it was there, it's like, oops. It is what it is. Ooh, I'm in trouble. That could have been real bad. I'm glad I got the freeze. That could have been a death. Euchre and HP material time. Not the Hell Cleave material. Parameter says, I think this is my favorite track, but all the tracks are amazing. We're still Dragon. Poor Dango. Rip Dango. It's okay, Dango. Everybody dies to Dragon at some point. It's the rite of passage. Bad Dragon? Uh-oh. Tap the Sil Dragon. Ooh, no damage bug there. This could actually be tight. Ooh, that's gonna be so bad. Yeah, big oof, no damage cancel stuff. That feels like a bug. When we kill the dragon before it does anything, that is a bug. I don't think the Resta thing is a bug. It's just how Resta works, which leads to some unintended side effects. But working is expected, I think, overall. Maybe not as anticipated with other uses. Okay, I'm gonna rest on myself now, because last time I didn't do that, and I used too many Refoes and died. So we call that learning from the experience. You know what? I'll Refoe this. I got this. Might as well as do these checks. Alright, chat, I got nothing better to do. Yep, team's going back, so clearly there's something worth in that room. Nicely done. Switch to just regular Barda. Event egg, nice. Stupid eggs. Ooh. Speaking of eggs. I will say so far, it actually feels like, as I said before, I'm not a big fan of the events where nothing drops as you play. But just getting an egg every now and then, it definitely puts me in a better mood. Like, have I gotten a lot of crazy items? Not really. But at the same time, it's like... I'm getting just a lot of little bits of value. So I can see that there's like a purpose to the event. Where like Valentine's we played for 4 hours, I got legit nothing. Oh, did team already kill the other thing? Because I saw pan arms. Oh, maybe they did. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Pan arms shouldn't be here. See, that's my visual cue that the other enemy was killed already. Rip team. I'm gonna say you're all the DPS, so it's all on you. I'm not doing jack with this character damage-wise. Maybe I'll chip a part or two. Level up. Ooh, accuracy. That's actually relevant. Nice. 7 MST and accuracy. Sweet. So I'm also not MST capped, so my damage will technically still keep going up by quite a bit. alone. My guild chick. It's like, get away from me. At least Rafali stops him from lasering. I guess that's the plus side. It's not like too bad for me to kill them. I would have preferred to have a Rafoi merge for this character, but that's what future PD purchases are for. I think I have the amps, just not the barriers. I have like a million blue and yellow barriers, but not the amps. It's so sad. I think I'm genuinely up to, 4 blue, 4 yellow. So I definitely have enough to like supply all my forces with whatever they want, whether it's a Kazan merge, because I'm doing way too much Worm Boss or whatever. I'm gonna kill these. Rip Dango. Yeah, these are also a pretty easy kill for me. Even without Rafoi merge, my damage is decent. That's going back for items. Must be a PD or an event egg. Everybody's going back apparently, so I got a lot of value in that other room apparently. Oh. I'm gonna, I guess, nuke them. They're in my way. I might as well just kill these waves. It's really up to the team if they want to help. Otherwise, I'm okay with them just going to the next room and killing. I'm so dead. Where am I? Okay, we're good. Holy. Stop it. There we go. At least Jelen makes it so that I have a reasonable chance of survival. Okay, we're gonna buff. Debuff. Gonna definitely Zulor. Freeze Trap makes it much easier for me to reposition. Much easier. See any Kasami bracers? Not really. That's a shame, because I am still using them currently. Not that I plan on using them for super long. Team's cleaning up here. Means I could probably help them kill the leader bot here. Nothing else. Okay, so this time we'll actually do the stun lock, maybe, perhaps. I'll try to pay slightly more attention than literally not having the right weapon equipped and then bashing really hard. Hopefully we'll do slightly better than that. Guess we're fighting the cyber demons. Somewhat accurate song title for what's about to happen. Still can't believe I mashed that out. That's okay. You move monitors, but I'm still gonna get you. Get out of here. Nope. Oh, I see the characters being forcibly turned around for no reason. Wall up secret tech. Do not look at me. I cannot be defeated. Sure, I'll Barda a couple times. I'll pretend I'm participating. Fireball into Razan. Damn, Dango going in. Debuff time. Go in the corner so I don't die. Oh. If there's a time that works for you, Murphy, I do want to make sure you get more games, but as I said before, I'm not planning on playing super late night tonight. So I feel a little bad in that regard. I know you've been looking forward to it. But we're going on almost literally 7 hours as I speak. those. Snap the claws. By claws. Should still be able to help the team. Or another banner. What happened to the banner? Why is the banner stuck? Going okay there, banner? A little concerning. Speaking of spread needle, unironically, this is also where I was getting spread needle. I was asking before what quests to run with spread needle. I'll be honest with you, Red ID TTF is where I've gotten 2 of them so far, including a percentage one. I don't think it's intended, but it is what it is. Tango, did you want me to heal you for falls? I'm never sure. I only have to pay attention to when people with big sword, whether they want me to heal them now or not. I'm not going to heal if you have Girasol. Or don't have Girasol, I mean. Otherwise, I'll top off everybody's HP. We'll figure that out later. Rip retract. Rip Dango. Rest in peace, Dango. Never type and drive. Yeah, this phase is pretty hard to type. I think I will just do the AoE heal here. There we go. Oh, I have 1333 HP. Damn. That. Oh wait, no, I think she's actually maxed out on map count. Wait a minute. I can't even troll by just getting what I want here. No. No, she's already capped on HP material. I can't be 1337. My life is over, chat. I did it wrong. Yeah, I got 125. Oh, trying to swap into Glide Divine. Murphy says I need to fix my volume. So sorry, Murphy. PSO is a very loud game. Chat will probably help you with the shortcut command to mute music. Rip Dango. Am I in a position where I could just heal spam and then maybe buff Dango? There we go, /BGM0. Thank you, thank you. See, I'm killing most of the spinners, so chat doesn't need to retreat as much. That's the real tech. When Phoneural whips out the Glide Divine and goes, no, I'm no longer playing your game falls. I'm no longer dodging. I will just choose the face tank. Go ahead and aim at me. Watch what happens. The answer's nothing. You do nothing to this character. Wow, that was insane damage we just pumped out. Oh, I got knocked over. Nicely done, team. Good cleanup. Let's do one more. Oh, yeah, so for me, I think sound effects is like near 0 and BGM is 0. BGM straight up is 0. Yeah, definitely in the bottom right. For a long time I was doing that, and I just decided to mute it, to be honest with you. And sound effects of BGM start to 1. Yeah, I was gonna say 1 is accurate, 2 is too high. That I can say from experience. That's probably why you're being deafened. Well, if it makes you feel better, nobody got red ring. So we didn't miss out on anything there. Yeah, PSO for a long time before they did the BGM thing, no joke, was at like 5%. For the longest time, it was only at 5% of my app. It's like wild how loud this game is. It makes no sense why it was that loud. That's like nowhere ever will I leave it at 10 on anything. So using 20 makes the 0 to 10 scale actually usable. That sounds accurate. Me, I'm like, you're going all the way down. It's just, you shall be muted. Okay, final run. Because that way, even if we exclude the time I took the break, that'll put us at exactly 7 hours. They use PSO and TTF as torture devices. Seems like it. Oh, man. Okay, I think I made some good corrections. So I could still gain like another 40 MST, which makes very small amounts of difference. Now, I'm not usually missing by a couple points of damage, but Rafoi doing more damage, I'm never gonna say no to. I'll take whatever I can get. Especially since I might only be contributing 1 or 2 Rafois. But they do a few extra damage per shot, it's not too bad. I still love that this character falls into the earth. Why does this character do this? Like, look at this, chat. Why is this a thing? What happened to this character model? Can we talk about this? Like, everybody else hits, like, Alt-M, and they stay above ground. She just goes to the Shadow Realm, straight up. Actually wild. Yeah, she dips into the earth. Like, just bonk. Like, hold on, I'm going underground. And then the UCAS was floating in the air. The UCAS isn't even on the... Wait, hold on, fall over again. Wait a minute, the UCAS wasn't even on the ground. Hold on, witness this. I'm watching the UCAS again. Your body was not touching the ground when you fell over. I'm watching now. I'm watching intently for the Alt-M. Oh, no more Alt-M. He's being shy. It's true. I gotta look away. If I look away, maybe we'll see the Alt-M again. Yeah, Dango's character model was floating in the sky for some reason by like a very noticeable margin. Reminds me when I was going down the slopes in Gujian 3. If you combine his offset up with my offset down, maybe we'll equal out. Oh, there we go. See? Yeah, look at that. He's just straight up in the air. How does that work? I would understand. Actual shenanigans. Broadcast, I think, was the closest. He's just too powerful, exactly. Just floating above the earth. Too wild, exactly. Just you guess things. It doesn't make any sense. PK fire! It's okay, Murphy. You didn't miss much. It's the UCAS aura. Yeah, it's true. It's like UCAS godlike. We're not fit to walk the same earth as him. Meanwhile, Phonurol, not fit to walk on earth. Just go 6 feet under immediately. Or Phonurol. It's all the ATP. Your height is actually determined by ATP, chat. Could you imagine? Wouldn't that be wild? Like, Rawcast able to touch the earth. Humar might slightly elevate. UCAS straight up is just not on this planet anymore. Phonurol just beneath the earth straight up, exactly. Okay. The final run. I haven't seen Chris around either. So hopefully he's doing okay. Usually we chat between streams, but I guess he had some work or something. Okay, there you go. I remembered to buff you for doing the box check. Did it more responsibly this time. Huh? Why Rafoi whiff? Weird. Yeah, honestly, most of the stuff that drops in Red ID for TTF are like stuff I'm actually looking for. Like Red Saber check, Red Handgun check, Diska check, check, check. Right, we're out of here. Let's teleport. Oh, all zeros. Boo. Want that mod material though. Reminds me of Asterix. I wish I recorded was doing in May 4B instead of jumping. Watch it just float up like people needed them. Oof. Listen, sometimes Astark just ascends to heaven. I love when Astark gets frozen mid-jump, and it's just like in the heavens, just stuck there for a while. Best. Yeah, I'm gonna regen some TP. Keep my HP mostly sane. If I walk far enough away, I won't heal Dango. There we go. Oh, I didn't get the damage bug. Damn. There we go. Good follow-up. Gonna wait till the dragon crashes. Now I'm gonna cast Kafoe. Pop the box. Double scape dolls. I don't know how I feel about that. There you go. Murphy getting the Valkyrie. The Sinnoh when frozen just hang upside down. Yes. I love that so much. I'm gonna try not to pull slime in a way that would make it impossible for people to do if they really want to. I'm just gonna walk away. Goodbye, lilies. Oh, somebody's coming back. I was gonna say, event egg. There we go. Can assist with this room a little bit. Oh, photon drop. Nice, worth. Just gonna AoE freeze, do what I can. Every time, says Dango. I like that lone Volmer just standing there looking at the wall. He's like, I've seen things. Poor Volmer. I think I will rebuke her. I'll take that power material first, though. Okay, 5 buffs. I'm gonna stand over here so I can heal, because I think I do desperately need to heal, or I have invincibility. Actually, I have invincibility. I'm good now. Disregard. I mean, I might die to my own Refoes, but it is what it is. It's the life I chose. You need to check stream for invul procs. Aw. 40 hit Disca. Oh. Dang. Shake your head, chat. So yeah, post stream, Murphy, I'll try to wrap up whatever I can. I have to see what I put in the original folder. I'll leave the old folders for posterity. Make a new post. I think it's mostly good. As I said before, I wanted to do some adjustments before doing it, so I might just give it to you, and then at the end of the Easter event, I'll hand it out. Just because there's stuff that I'm still experimenting with, but I think I'm mostly happy. I'm not sure I'm happy about the monster stats specifically. I might move that over slightly. It is what it is. Materials though. He's had enough of Sinnoh Blue. Yeah, with gelling out, they really don't do that much damage. So sadly, I'm at max defense somehow. Damn, Dango broke out the Girasol. He let me know you can heal in ruins. That's what that was. The no words exchange, message received moment. There we go. Poor Gill Chicks. Wow, 1852? That's just a casual damage I see there. Nice. Murphy getting the first Easter event egg. Congratulations, Murphy. Okay, step 1. Right weapon is equipped. Step 2, Gazan. There we go. Basically everybody is invul except for Dango, Rip Dango. He wants Dango to die, that's all I've learned. If I don't drop it, it should still work. I was like on the cusp of dropping it. There we go. I was on the cusp of dropping it. It was starting to flick out of existence, which is when it's going to punish us with turrets. Let's try, though. Hey, there we go. I managed to actually keep the stun lock up. I'm kind of surprised. I did okay today. Even the one where I forgot to have the right weapon equip, I still made up for it later. Let me go ahead and rebuff the team while I'm here. Dry fluid. Good enough. Saves me a trip to the shop later. Rip Dango. Well, it's very annoying. Yeah, I was gonna say, Dango gonna take it out. I usually just disco them. If you can freeze disco them, it's super cool. Unintended. Yeah, I've learned the hard way. I've tried to hit them with the explosive sword, but it just doesn't. It looks like it should just cleave all of them, and it just doesn't. It just feels depressing. You're like, oh, I killed like 2 targets, and you just get hit by a 3rd and die. So sad. Meanwhile, Disca kills like 4+ targets. Just teehee, I kill everything. Anyway, I did reapply shifted to everybody, so you should be good damage-wise. But either way, I'm gonna come up here. If there's any Arlens, I'll just clear them out. Dango trying to get his revenge on the claws. I saw it. Dango fighting ghosts. Just a little bit. Sadly, no spread needles. This time I'm gonna top everything up. And let's go. I have a couple dye fluids, I'll eat them now. Otherwise, I can still. Yeah. Switch over to Glide Divine now. So don't forget to do so later. Sadly just not have invul proc. I'm gonna eat all the Dimates I've accidentally picked up. I don't try to use them on a force, because I find that they heal too slow. Especially in Faux New World, where if I don't heal like 600+ health, I might just get one shot randomly. So it's like it has to be Tri-Vader stars with her, nothing in between. if I see that I have them, I'll just eat them. They're okay management when I'm using the Psycho Wand, but normally I don't ever need them. Nor should I use them. I guess that works. Stack 2 fireballs, and then what I'm gonna do is... Oh. Boss died very quickly. I was gonna say, I'm gonna use a tri-fluid, where I was going with that statement. I'm gonna debuff, and then hopefully have enough to do. Okay, I did my best. I managed to get shifted back on Dango. All I could do. That'll be a big time save later. I'm gonna Zalor, self-heal, Foe, and then I should be good. Boom, boom. It knocks me down, it's fine. Take this opportunity to buffer Club Laconium. Should do like almost 2,000 damage with Foe again. Not bad. I did at least 6 Foes, so each did 350. Gives a little bit of time. Yeah, definitely the early Zalor saves like 4,000 in damage, and then everything else is just nice. I don't know what the boss gave me. I will get mad and Zond everything though. The Rage Zond is here. Look at that, I'm using the text chat. Now she does more damage to boxes. Take that, box. Okay, so her mag is fixed. I think that went fine. Cleared almost under 13, pretty solid. That was with more kills than we normally do. Almost bought die mates. I would have tilted myself to the face of the planet. Oh, body blocked. Get out of here. Alvar on tech with 50. Oof. As it's up before, I've yet to see anything good from Falls. Maybe one day my mind will be changed. Let's take a brief look at our materials before we go further. I am at 84 HP, 34 power. What is the spooky OSA says remote? Apparently it's of Serpent's Nail to Fate. Sorry, chat, I'm gonna take a break here. Been going strong, but we've now passed, even with the break excluded, 7 hours. So, hope you enjoyed the bonus stream on a Monday, because it's normally my day off. Thank you everybody for participating, and Parameter again for the soundtrack recommendation, and the absolutely wild TTF. I hope somebody goes back and clips that TTF. That was just actually insane start to finish. I might even put it in as a highlight, like it was just so unexpected. There were actual plot twists while playing TTF. Who would have thought? But I think now, chat, it's time to take a break. I hope you all enjoyed watching. We'll be doing more stuff Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday morning, though, sadly. No Wednesday evening. So take a look. I don't have anything planned for Thursday since I don't want to over PSO myself. So today was already a pretty long stretch, and I'm definitely feeling it. Got close to the end of the OSA. Last one is track number 30. So we'll pause for now. Oh, YouTube paused right as I was gonna pause. You can't make it up. It says video pause, continue watching. I hit yes, and now I pause. That's convenient, I guess. At Evil Stever Wine. Look at Blue Donna. Blue Donna's trying. Oh, Blue Donna. One day, you'll figure it out why. That's now the second time this year, in total, Blue Donna has ever tried adding somebody. That is very funny. But I think from that standpoint, chat, we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. I think we had a solid run. Nothing too crazy, but lots of XP. So thank you all for those that participated, and I guess hope to see you again next time, YouTube.